Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 8 of the Unhinged podcast with yours truly, Kiriakos Vilchez. I am back. Yes, I am back. Finally, I've been working on a lot of stuff. A lot has been going on. I haven't been able to do anything with the Unhinged podcast. I have a few projects I'm working on aside from Unhinged. But yeah, I'm back, and today we'll be discussing, of all things, Supergirl. Yes, what is going on with Supergirl? I completely missed the train on covering season 4. A lot of my predictions in my season 3, I believe it was season 3 finale recap, didn't come to fruition. Some have, but here in season 5, at the tail end of season 4. A lot has been going on with Supergirl. We just kicked off season 5. We're on episode 3 right now. Just to kind of recap for you folks who kind of missed out on what happened in season 4. It was very Agent Liberty and Red Daughter centric. Unfortunately, the Red Daughter wasn't featured in the episode as much as I'd like her to be, and her story arc came to an end. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen any episodes of season 4, especially the later episodes, the Red Daughter sacrifices herself for Supergirl, dies at the hands of Lex Luthor, played by Mr. John Cryer, who does a fantastic job. I was a little hesitant to see him take on the mantle of the bald menace, but yeah, he did a good job. I like John Cryer as Lex Luthor. The rest of the season for me was okay. Sam Witwer's Agent Liberty was a high point. They explored some new territory featuring Kara and her sister and James with Guardian, and it was an okay season. I will say it was definitely an improvement from season 3 and the Reign story arc. Not as good as season 1 or 2, but I enjoyed it. Season 5 has started out the gate strong in terms of making sure we know who the major players are. We have Nia Nal, Dreamer. We have Brainy still in our main act. There, he's front and center. We have God. Why do I always forget what Kara's sister's name is? Kyler Lee. Alex. There you go. Is it Alex Dan? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. God, why am I forgetting? Anyway, God, it's been a rough few days. Pardon me for my old person moment. But yeah, season 5, first episode, liked it. Second episode, I could have done without the extra exposition. Things have changed in National City, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Catco has been taken over by Miss Rojas, and James Olsen's out as editor-in-chief of Catco magazine. We have Kara kind of navigating her new world there. Lena is the most interesting part of season 5 for me, because didn't I say she was going to go bad? Well, she's finally going bad in this season, thank God, because I didn't know what the heck they were doing with Katie McGrath in Supergirl. They really missed a golden opportunity to have her work with her brother. I guess the final episode of season 4, where Lex reveals that Supergirl's been lying to her all along, and Kara is actually Supergirl, and it was underneath Lena's nose the entire time. Well, yeah, she's not over it. She's definitely going to go and try to manipulate her way into controlling Supergirl. That's what it appears to be at this moment anyway. She's utilizing Miss Tessmacher, having her be brainwashed by some AI system and doing her bidding. I think not brainwash. Brainwash is incorrect. I think it's more like the AI system has completely taken over her, and she's now, she's now working for Miss Luthor, trying to one-up Supergirl in any way she can. Jean, Martian Manhunter, I guess his long-lost brother is going to be a big part of the season. I don't really know which direction they're going to be taking that. I mean, it's going to be like a familial feud type thing. It's probably going to tie into the Crisis on Infinite Earths multi character universe story arc where they're going to bring in different dimensional Supermen and Supergirls probably and other characters in the Arrowverse, which I'm very excited about. If you've seen some of the rumors concerning some of the people coming back, I think Brandon Routh, who starred in Superman Returns, will be back. I don't know if Tom Welling was rumored to come back as a Superman. They're bringing back a whole host of characters. Most notably, on Batwoman's side, they're going to be bringing a Batman character played by Kevin Conroy, which is going to be awesome. So on his Earth, he'll be Batman. I'm still waiting to hear if Michael Keaton will reprise his Batman role. That'd be awesome if they could get him to do it. I mean, I will say this, where the DC films have kind of dropped the ball, that the old DCEU, I'll say it again, the DC TV Arrowverse has done a fantastic job in tying up all these nostalgic threads for us and weaving it into a ball of enjoyment. So I mean I like that. I like that they're doing that. Um, but yeah, season 5 of Supergirl is starting off okay. I was reading an article on online that said that this is, in terms of viewership, it's dropped like 20%. Um, but typically, the first few episodes of a season won't have the most extravagant viewership results. I think it's as you go on throughout the season, as momentum picks up and stories start being more fleshed out, characters start being more fleshed out. Um, Viewership will rise and interest will rise. And Supergirl has maintained a strong following. I try to be involved in it as much as I can on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter. Just follow all the news regarding the show, and it feels like the fan base is pretty solid, even going into season 5. I remember when there was a lot of doubt that this series could even get past season 2. I was even doubtful when first hearing that Supergirl was going to be a thing that it would get past the first season. Superhero shows are notorious for either being very good or very, very bad, and I thought it was going to be the latter, but thank God it wasn't, because it's my only dose of, weekly Superman-esque fare, and Supergirl's a fantastic character, and they're doing a good job. I believe they're doing a good job with the show. I mean, I have my gripes and my concerns, but so does everyone else. Um, but yeah, I will say season 5 is a work in progress. We'll see where it goes. I like that they're exploring new territory regarding the relationship of this. I guess I wouldn't say League of Superheroes. It's more Justice League-esque now. I mean, you have Kara, you have Supergirl, you have Alex as head of the DEO still. Um, I think James is going to be taking a step back and pursuing this political career he's been nodding at. So I don't know if Guardian's going to be in the mix anymore. Um, you have Dreamer, of course, and I don't know if I just said that. It sounds like I'm repeating myself. Broken record. Um, you have Brainy. You have John still in the mix. So it's a strong little group here. And it looks like they'll be exploring these story arcs together. I would really like the show to kind of go back to the first season, though, in a way, where they focused on Kara more and her trials and tribulations. She's really the anchor that holds everything together. And I feel like when they explore these subplots and relationship arcs, between certain people, I mean, as nice as it is to see them being fleshed out and they're three-dimensional characters and they have their own woes and wins and all that. It's nice to remember that she is the glue that holds the show together. Melissa Benoist does a fantastic job of doing that, so they need to emphasize that in any episode that they can. I will say that I don't have high hopes for the big bad in the season unless it's this fellow that popped up in season 4 at the end. His name eludes me at the moment, but he's supposed to be this interdimensional Thanos type being, and I feel like the opportunity would be missed if they don't somehow bring Mon-El. I know he's kind of like the unspoken I guess what would I call Monel? What would I call you, Monel? The Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm at a loss. But he's definitely a character where his escapades in the future concerning the whole Brainiac situation that could be brought into the mix. I was hoping that would be the case for season 4. Instead, they went with Sam Witwer, which was okay. I liked him as Agent Liberty. That whole uh, humans before aliens narrative, and Earth first, and I mean I like that. I know it's kind of a not so subtle nod towards what's going on in our current political atmosphere. I'm going to try to stay away from that steaming pile of what. I don't want to get political on here, but I will say, as much as I want to criticize the show for bringing some of our contemporary issues to light, it's not alien, no pun intended, to Superman or Supergirl or any comic book superhero to bring up social issues in some of their own narratives and stories. X-Men did it with the civil rights. Spider-Man did it with um, drug use. I remember in some of those comic issues. They bring comic books have always shined a light on some of the things that we've been dealing with as people in the real world, and that's nice. And we need that. You can't say keep the politics out of uh, superhero movies or shows, but because it brings a sense of realism to the show. That you are dealing with real problems, and they do, and the stories that they show on screen do. I mean, they parallel some of the stuff that's going on in the real world, and it's nice because it grounds some of that stuff in reality. I mean, we don't have people flying around in capes, but we do have people doing some pretty nasty stuff on a major level. So um, I have a balanced view on that. I think balance is key. I think you don't want to do too much because it oversaturates the show. But if you completely have a suspension of disbelief, and you go into a wacky territory, and you become a Michael Bay-esque program that's so unbelievable that it becomes laughable, you don't want to do that either. And I think all superhero shows need to be grounded in some kind of realism, especially if they're dealing with certain themes or tonality, what have you. Um, but yeah, season 5 has. I mean, I believe we just finished season 3. I'm sorry, episode 3. Episode 3 was just released last week, depending on when I'm going to upload this episode to YouTube here. Um, so there hasn't been much going on in the show aside from them kind of hammering out where everybody is in this point in time, what's going on with certain characters. Um, but yeah, I feel like I have an optimistic view of where this season is going. I will take the time though to chastise myself for the stuff I got dead wrong. Um, First of all, Molnell, yeah, I'll just get him out of the way. Yeah, he didn't show up at all. Yeah, so got that one wrong. Lena did not go bad. Looks like she might be going the gray side here. She's going to be in between. She's going to be, some kind of self-righteous vigilante, I guess you'd say, against Supergirl and getting her own kind of vengeance, using her for her own needs. Ooh, that sounds a little risque. Her own needs. No, I'm not shipping that. Uh, I know it's a big thing, and I have to touch base on that just a little bit. Okay, the whole super core thing. I get it. I get it, but I don't think in terms of the character's history and their progress throughout the seasons and their relationship. Yeah, it's not going to happen, guys. Sorry, I don't think that's going to be the case. Um, and you can't give the show too much flack for that. They are inclusive. They're bringing all kinds of awareness to different lifestyles and gender and sexuality and all that, what have you, and that's good. It's not bad to be inclusive, but don't wish for. I would say don't wish for it. If you like it, you want it, that's fine. But I don't think realistically, from a writer's perspective and a producer's perspective, I don't think they want to venture into that territory. It just wouldn't make sense. It'd be like, Martian Manhunters just striking up a relationship with Brainy or something. I don't know. It just, no, I wouldn't say that. Maybe yeah, maybe that comparison wasn't the right one, but um, uh, I mean, you have to remember, Lena and Kara's friendship has always been like the better part of like 2 seasons. Um, so, and a lot of that was just like, yeah, I don't know what they were doing with Lena's character at times. It was kind of bizarre. She was either a good guy or she was a good character or a confused character, or it looked like she was going to be morally ambiguous, but then she was never going to be, and it looked like she had a dark side, and then she never had it. And then now they're finally exploring that, which is great. Finally, I wish they kind of had that brother sister duo team up thing that I was predicting for season 4. Did not happen. And going back, I was just rewatching my season 4 recap, which is the entire season and the finale, and I'm sorry, season 3. I'm sorry, season 3, and I was talking about the ending of season 3 and how the Russians. I'm sorry, they were the Kaznians. I'm sorry, I can't say they were Russian. It's supposed to be some Russian-esque nation. I mean, they're very Soviet in appearance and everything else, but they're not Russian. They're Kaznians. So I thought I'd throw that in there for you purists. I made a mistake. I am human. I'm not Kryptonian. There, I said it. Human. Um, but yeah, I'm excited about season 5. Before I jumped into Supergirl, um, there weren't many other superhero shows I'd gone into. I mean, Flash was around, Arrow was around, but I was like, I mean, aside from Gotham, which just ended, and I'm sad about that, but there wasn't anything superhero-esque that I was watching. It was always a drama or an action series. Don't even get me started on The Walking Dead. Whew, I don't know how you guys have been keeping up with that stuff. I mean, God, that show's been gone. After season 3, after season 4, forget about it. I couldn't keep up with it. I was like, that's it for me. No more. Um, but yeah, I'd like to hear what you guys are excited about. Leave it in the comment section below. Um, yeah, well, I mean, are you excited about Supergirl season 5? Um, what kind of story arcs do you want to see? What kind of character development do you want to see? Um, it seems like they're going on light. They're taking it easy, just kind of having the season open slowly. There wasn't much action the first 2 episodes. I mean, I did like the dinosaur bit in the museum. That was pretty interesting when John's brother came and brought that T-Rex to life. That was pretty cool. And um, yeah, I mean, they have a few moments sprinkled in there. I mean, season 2 of episode 5, I was like they just oversaturated with relationship scenarios, like Brainy and Nia, and then you had Kara and James's sister. I forget her name. You, I feel like I've become the layman of Supergirl fans. It's like it's like, oh, Alex's fiance slash girlfriend and John Jones's interdimensional. I'm sorry, not interdimensional. John Jones's evil long lost brother. Like I'm forgetting like key character names. I'm so ashamed, but um, I don't want to. I don't want to just, for the sake of keeping the flow of the episode, I don't want to stop and stall and just stutter and sound like I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Because I do. I know the show. I know the characters. I know what they're about. But sometimes I just forget. I'm human. I mean, I can take the time right now and kind of look up some of the character names. Like, okay, let me just jump on my computer. Who is John Jones's brother in Supergirl? Okay, and of course I didn't hook up my internet to the Wi-Fi, so that's always fantastic. So I have the no internet page. So I guess his brother's name is No Internet. Um, yeah, cue the snare drums on that joke. That did not work. Okay, we're up and running here. Let's see. Martian Manhunter, John Jones, who is okay. Why did John Jones the boxer come up? No, he is not in Supergirl. He's not. boxing his way through National City. That is not going on. Um, okay, let me check the fandom page. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Okay, John Jones. I'm not a man of peace, and if that means I have to give up the symbols and Martian religion has to die, then so be it. At least I know. At least I will know who I am. And who are you? I'm the Martian Manhunter, John Jones with his father. Okay. This is terribly slow. Okay, I remember when he was still Hank Henshaw. That was a hoot. And nobody was the wiser. Falling out with Superman, meeting Kara, head of the DO. Okay, yada 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 yada. Revealing secret to Alex and Kara. God, there's a lot of information on him. Okay, let me see if I can scroll down to the meat and potatoes, so to speak. God, they cover every single season here. Megan, they cover his father who sacrificed himself. Remember that? The Medusa virus with Cadmus. Oh, come on. They didn't even update it past Cadmus? This is like what? God. Oh my God. Am I going to have to go through season 5, the episode? Oh my gosh. I'm just going to have to go see. Okay, I'm just going to go through Supergirl. Let's see, Supergirl season 5, episode 1. There you go. That was a good one. Okay, yeah, it's called Event Horizon. Okay, so yeah, we're car surprise. John receives an unexpected visitor. Okay. Yeah, the Event Horizon. Oh yeah, that was funny. I thought that those two were going to get spaghettified. Do you remember that? If you saw season 5, episode 1, after Kara's ceremony, they're fighting that villain that came out of the Phantom Zone. God, I forget her name. I'm forgetting everybody's name. I'm gonna forget my own name. I'm gonna forget my own name. I'm gonna be an old guy right now. I'm just gonna be Mr. Hooper. I'm no longer Kiriakos. I know who that is. That person does not exist to me. He's long and gone and forgotten. Um, Supergirl season 5, episode 1. Basically, who do I sound like? That's a Easter egg. No, I'm sorry. That's a God, not an Easter egg. What is it called? And not a nuanced joke. Inside joke, nuanced joke. Okay. Okay, God, why is everything going so slow? Brothers and sisters, yes. Okay. The villain of the week. Yes, it was Midnight. Oh my God, how did I forget that? Her name was Midnight. Her name was Midnight. It's such an easy name. How do I forget that name? And there goes my thingamabob. Yeah, Midnight. Oh God. Okay. Um. Yeah. Okay, it's just his brother. I don't know. Have they named him? I'm pretty sure they have. I mean, they explored his background in the second episode, which is actually pretty neat. I like that they did that. They showed his he deceived the Green Martians and he kind of allied himself with the White Martians. That was pretty neat. I liked how um, Nia helped John get in his brain and kind of tap into his hidden memories. That was pretty cool. But yeah, it looks like yeah. I don't know. I can't seem to find his name. I don't know what's going on. I'm fine and oh yeah. That's okay. That's interesting. Yeah, I did find out. Yeah, that's right. Jeremy Jones. Win shot. Is it Jeremy Jones? Did that win? Is that the actor? Oh my God, I forgot his name too. Okay. Anyway, I think lastly, what I'll talk about regarding season 5 so far, Supergirl suit. What do you guys think of it? I think it's okay. I'm just gonna say okay. Like when I first saw it, I mean, it was such a change. I mean, yeah, I don't understand why it's such a change, from a skirt to pants, but apparently it is. I mean, it just looks like a whole nother person. You know, Melissa putting on pants is like, I don't know, if Superman came in wearing a sweater or something. I think the skirt is just so iconic to Supergirl that we kind of forget that. One, you know, maybe it hasn't been as comfortable for Miss Benoist, you know, flying around National City in that skirt. Even though they're, you know, filming in Vancouver and she's not really flying, but she's up in the air and it's cold. Um, comfortability is one thing. Second thing, the aesthetic. I mean, in terms of the suit, it reminds me of Henry Cavill's Superman suit in Man of Steel and Batman v Superman and Justice League, and of what's the Arrow? What's Supergirl's Superman's name? Tyler Hoechner? Yeah, Hoechner. His suit. I mean, it's not that bad. It's just I think we just have to get used to it. So it was okay for me at first, and I was leaning towards. I do prefer the old look, hands down, because it's iconic. But the new look is okay, and it has that Iron Man-esque materialization function where she takes off her glasses and it just because covers her up. I mean, she's like Tony Stark, but not. um, you know, I was kind of thinking to myself, that's kind of, it's kind of adopting a little Marvel-esque function there, but that's okay, you know, it's all right. Like I said, you know, these guys, you know, they kind of borrow things from each other. It's all right. Hey, we see you, Supergirl. We see you. But yeah, I like that a lot. I mean, but the suit, yeah, it's okay. I think it grows on you. It grows on you. So honestly, if you want to bash it, fine. You don't like it, fine. Scream to the heavens. But I like it. It's okay. It grows on you. I mean, her hairstyle. Yeah, another thing people were upset. She has bangs. Ooh, bangs. She looks fine. Whatever. I mean, I don't. With that throughout season 4, I mean, the suit went through that Power Rangers esque change. You know, for a few episodes. That was fun. You know, it's fun when they change it up. You know, I think we're all attached to nostalgia. It's kind of like if Batman came out and his cowl was all like, I don't know, white and gray, and we'd be like, ugh, what's wrong with you, Bruce? I mean, what'd you take? No, but I mean, I like that they experiment with new things, and Melissa Benoist seems to like the change, and if it works for her, fine, and we'll get used to it. Come on, we'll get used to it. She makes the suit. The woman makes the suit. The actress, and the character. You can't help but love Kara. I mean, Kara's fantastic. So, Supergirl suit. You got an A+ from me. Okay, an A. You got a strong A. Not an A+. The old suit got an A+. This got an A. You would have gotten A- if it wasn't for Melissa Benoist, but you got an A. Okay. On that note, thank you very much. I hope I haven't taken up too much of your time. I look like I'm just going on half an hour for this episode. So it's a drive in the car, cozy relaxation moment by the fireside, a nice brisk walk through the park as you listen to my annoying voice as I regale you with information about Supergirl in its 5th season. But thank you very much. Much love, much appreciation. And as always, make sure to like, comment, and or subscribe. I love that. I'll look back on this and see how many people are actually watching, listening. I'm trying to build a base here. I'm trying to reach out to people, and I hope people start listening to me, even if I pop up once in a blue moon. But always, much love, much appreciation. As always, thank you for joining me here on, wait for it now, let the fanfare blow, partner. Thank you for joining me here on Unhinged.
Do I need to brief you again, or have you got all that?
Kick alien ass.